Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video you're going to see 3 things that we did. This is what I like to call our renovation pauses. That is because these are things that happen that you kind of have to do and situate before you move on to your original plan of what you were trying to do with your renovation in the beginning. So, we're doing the living room and kitchen. And however, this is one of the problems that we saw. I noticed this while I was outside, just watering the bushes and all of that. You can see how underneath the trailer, that's the foam that we put in, the insulation foam that we put in, but it looked like it was falling, like the floor was falling. Now, I had my husband come out and assess that and to see what was wrong, what we needed to do. Was it a big issue? So I was really worried about this. But luckily, what we remember doing was, this was actually near in the kitchen area where we were putting the new floors down. My husband had actually fell through the floor while we were renovating. And so this is the piece that you see here, this black piece, which was like the old cardboard. So we actually put a new floorboard on top of this, and then we tried to insulate it just so that it wouldn't have been exposed or open. But because I was outside and I kind of noticed that it was falling down a little bit, I was actually very scared that it was actually the actual floorboard. So this isn't the floorboard, just so you're aware. So all he kind of had to do was just, cut the old the old cardboard that was there. He cut it, he insulated even more, and then he put like this plastic sheet underneath it. This is very temporary because what we plan on doing underneath this trailer anyway is to put a proper vapor barrier underneath of the trailer. That is down the road, but that is something that we plan on doing. So luckily it wasn't a big issue, so we kind of just fixed it, and we're definitely going to go back to that later on. Okay, so this is actually the next frame. This is the second thing that we had to kind of do, and this was the foyer. What he's doing here is actually just kind of cutting the nails that were stuck there. So he's using the grinder to actually cut some of the nails out. Okay, so what we're doing here is actually we came up with this issue because of this whole bathroom thing. What do we do with the bathroom? We're not ready to tackle it. We would love to, however, there are more important things to do at this time because we're trying to finish the living room, kitchen, and get this foyer, up to par. The bathrooms have to be just last. I'm nervous about doing the bathrooms too, so I am okay with leaving that for last. So with that, we had to decide what we were going to do with the foyer. You could see here, that's the old wall, and that's the bathroom wall. And if you remember in previous video, we took out a section of the other bathroom wall. And that's because we wanted to actually build some kind of pantry or cabinet right there on the right side, which would be on the side of the kitchen. We did want more storage because obviously it's a mobile home. You're not going to have that much space to work with as far as cabinet space and counter space and all of that. So this was something extra that we wanted to do before we moved on. So he is building a new frame for the wall for the foyer side. So because we're not touching the bathroom side, you could see the old wall there on the left. We are leaving that there. If we take that out, what's going to happen is then we're going to have to deal with the bathroom because the sink is right there where that wall is. And that's something we don't want to do. We don't want to touch, like I've said. So the best thing for us is to just go ahead and put a new frame there and put drywall there and have the other side of the bathroom just kind of stay the same in the way it is. It's kind of funny, like, I mean, we're a little ahead of this video already as I'm recording, so it's kind of funny to see that the new wall looks great and then on the other side is this, crappy bathroom. But it works for us right now, and that's what we're gonna deal with. So I'm okay with, like I said, I'm okay with leaving the bathroom that way for right now. There are two bathrooms, so this is the main bathroom, and then there's another bathroom, a full bathroom too, on our other side of the foyer. So there's two bathrooms. We're going to tackle that, but that's going to be, honestly, probably 2 months down the road. I really want to go ahead and just kind of get this foyer, kitchen, and living room done before we start tackling something as difficult as bathroom. If you guys have renovated before, you might know there's a lot involved with doing a bathroom. That goes with, what materials are you going to be using? Is your trailer going to hold up that weight? What about plumbing? What about waterproofing? There's just so many things and so many variables to like actually think about when you're doing the bathroom. So there's not too much to go over. He is just doing like a whole new frame. He did use the 2x4s, for the top, side, and then the studs are 2x4s as well. I was worried about losing actually space doing it this way. I really did want to take that wall down and just kind of move the wall in further into the bathroom. I felt like the foyer was small already, and that would actually add space to the foyer when you walked in. But it's fine. We didn't lose too many inches. Maybe you lost 2 inches, I think, overall. So it was okay. And I just realized that I kind of left my camera there, so I didn't like pan over to the right. I wish you guys could have seen what was going on the right. He did have to do like a little curve, so it wasn't like a straight frame of the left and the right. He did have to curve it a little bit because that is where the refrigerator is going to be, and that's where the possible, new pantry is going to be as well. So he did have to curve it a little bit, and you actually see that in probably the next video when we go over the whole drywalling and mudding that we had to do with this whole section. So you'll actually be able to see that in the next video. So I also wanted to go ahead and note what was there before as far as the door was a sliding door, which is, I'm totally okay with a sliding door. If you guys even noticed, I love like the whole barn door thing where it's very easy. It just slides back and forth. That's what was there before. It wasn't like a barn door, but it was like one of those old sliding doors. We kind of went back and forth of what we should do for this door. I thought maybe we should just have a regular door. Maybe the whole, we already got the barn door in both of the bedrooms. And I thought maybe it would be like overkill to have another barn door here for the bathroom. So to be honest, we kind of just left it alone after we drywalled in mud because we aren't really sure what to do. Comment below if you guys think we should just do like a regular door, just opening and closing with a handle, or we should do another sliding door / barn door. I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts and see what you guys are thinking as far as what we should do with that. I'm honestly, I kind of don't know. My thoughts just were to do a regular door, but he wanted to stick with the whole barn door thing that we were doing already. He thought that would be a better look. But, you know, let us know what you guys think, and we'll sit on it for a while. And excuse the bathroom. I know it looks terrible. Okay, so the third thing that we had to do, this was our pause. If this was what the kitchen looked like before, you could see that small window. That small little window bothered me a lot. And I just kept going back and forth on it. And I told him, you know what? I'm not going to like that window at all when we put the new kitchen in. I would like the window bigger. Now, okay, so the view is not that great. However, I thought a bigger window to bring in more light was the key for this new kitchen. I just thought that small window, it actually felt like if you guys ever been on a cruise, it felt like those little portholes in your rooms. That's how I felt. I felt like the kitchen was dark before. I felt like that little window really didn't do anything. It didn't have any purpose. So I was just thinking, if I'm standing there washing dishes, washing, my dishes or whatever, I would like a bigger window. Now, this wasn't really, it's not like huge or anything, but just to add a little height to it. If I remember correctly, I think we chose uh, 36 by 50, if I remember correctly. Sorry, I kind of forgot what the length of that window was. But you can see it is a lot bigger, and actually you can see where the old window was. You could see on the siding there where that small window was before, and then the frame that my husband cut, the new frame that he cut for the new window. So it is relatively a lot bigger. We want to do new windows for all of our windows. We really do. However, because of cost, we have to put that in the back burner as well. When you guys start renovating, you're going to realize how much things really cost and how quickly it adds up. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure that we've already spent what we bought the trailer. The amount that we bought the trailer for was probably already spent in renovating it. So just to keep that in mind when you're renovating as much as we are, things become very expensive, and you start to really pick what's important and what isn't. If it's not important or it can be done later, it's going to have to wait. But the window here is one of the things where I said I just can't see us keeping that small old window with a brand new kitchen. So that's what we did. So here he's putting the flashing tape, and this is waterproofing your new frame, making sure that the water doesn't go into your new window. So once you cut your frame out, and he put his new boards there, the wood boards on, for the new frame, he put this flashing tape down, and he did put that over the whole cut. We are also going to put new trim around this new window on the outside. We already have the boards, however, we are going to paint them. We're going to paint them black, of course, because of all of the window trims that are already painted black. So I actually don't have that in this video because we haven't done it yet. We just put the window in, and then we kind of just left it the way it is. It has, like I said, we put the flashing tape around the whole window so that rain doesn't get in and that it's nice and secure. So we don't have to worry about, you know, water leaking into this. However, the window trim, we're gonna do that later. It's not on our priority list, to be honest. It's something that we could do later. So the window looks great. I love it. We did buy the aluminum, just to let you know. Um, you know, the aluminum windows are what relatively is cheaper, made for mobile homes. Um, in my opinion, they look good. They look great, the newer ones. So why not? I know we could have went for a more expensive, you know, double siding window. Uh, but like I said, we plan on doing all of the windows later. So I didn't think it was necessary to put too much money into this, um, just for aesthetics. So I think I'm trying to remember how much we paid for this, but I'm pretty sure it was about $50. So this one little window here was like $50, which was a lot cheaper than the double siding. The double siding would have been like 100 something. Um, you know, so if you have the money, I mean, and you know, you can, I'd say buy the good window. I mean, why not? However, if you're on a budget like us and you just want a new window, you want it to look good, but you don't want to break the bank, I say go for the aluminum. Here I'm just, you know, cutting with the multi-tool. I'm cutting the I had to think of for a second what it was called. It's the shims. We use shims to make sure that the frame was even. So you could see here, this is the plastic and the wood shims, and I'm just cutting it with a multi-tool. I do prefer the wood shims overall instead of the plastic ones. I thought the plastic ones moved around too much. The wood one was a little more sturdy and it's easier to cut. So, in my opinion, I would say go for the wood shims versus the plastic. But thank you so much for joining us. I hope you liked the video. We'll see you next time. Bye.